Now it's time for Movie Friends with your hosts Michelle and Seth. We're talking film without pretension. We're finding cats that are unexpected. We'll watch a movie, film, or schmovie, and we want you to join our journey. So subscribe and share this podcast, or this might just be the last of the Movie Friends. We're movie friends. We want to be your movie friends.
Welcome to New Release Review, part of the Movie Friends podcast. My name is Seth. Today we are talking about Freakier Friday from 2025, directed by Nisha Ganatra. Now, we will be discussing spoilers for Freakier Friday and maybe some light spoilers for Freaky Friday as well. And so if you have not seen, either one of those that you care about spoilers for, don't listen to this. Come back later on after seeing them and then listen. My guest for today is Michelle Rubenstein. She is a podcast host, and she said that she wanted to do an episode on this. And so this is this isn't quite an emergency beep, 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 new release episode, but it's close to it. So Michelle, how are you?
Hello, Seth. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, this is you've been on the show before.
I have a couple of times. Yes.
Now, before we get into Freakier Friday, you have a few other shows. Could you tell us about them?
Sure. Yeah, I'm one half of the Total Betty Podcast Network. My partner and I, Alyssa Daly, we produce podcasts on your favorite teen drama from the early 2000s.
Very cool.
We're currently covering Pretty Little Liars, which you have seen.
I have seen it, and I've actually been a guest on your show.
We have you coming on, in the winter for
Something
a season
like that.
4 episode? Yeah.
Very
Excited.
Cool. Very cool. So you're kind of the perfect person to come on and talk about Freakier Friday.
Oh, yes.
So before we talk about this film, I want to ask you, what is your history with Freaky Friday, perhaps with Lindsay Lohan?
And Jamie Lee Curtis.
She's fine.
I feel like Lindsay is our millennial queen, right? She came in, we had her in we had her in Parent Trap, then Freaky Friday, then Mean Girls. And I just love her so much, and I love watching her on screen. However, Freaky Friday comes out 2003, and I watched it when it came out, and I've seen it a couple of times since then, but it's not a movie I ever reach for.
Right.
Whereas like Parent Trap or Mean Girls,
sure,
I'm watching those on rotation.
Yeah.
What about you? Did you go see Freakier Friday because I saw Freakier Friday?
Yes, absolutely. I didn't really plan on seeing this one.
Yeah.
And honestly, when it was announced, I rolled my eyes as hard as you possibly can, except for Lindsay Lohan. I think a lot of us who are in this age group are like, hey, this is kind of great. We kind of want her to come back because, not to get too serious, but the early 2000s, mid 2000s, it was a very unhealthy time for all of the kind of child stars who came up, and a lot of them had a really, really hard time. And I think that like the pressure to look a certain way, to be a certain way, it was very, very not healthy at all. And Lindsay Lohan is one of the people who, I mean, up until a few years ago, was just really not doing well. And you mentioned some of her films, but there was even more. There were Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, Just My Luck, Get a Clue, Life Size with Tyra Banks.
Oh my gosh, Life Size. How could I forget that one? Yes.
And then, she did a few films. She did a film that I love that is so far in the so bad it's good territory, but I genuinely love this movie, and I would love to talk about it one day. Just throwing it out there. It's called I Know Who Killed Me.
I
She
know
plays
who killed me.
dual roles. We're not here to talk about I Know Who Killed Me, but it's one of my favorite movies she's ever done. And it's just so like tongue-in-cheek stupid. And I think people didn't get the joke at the time, so they were like, this is the worst movie ever made. But yeah.
Wow, this movie completely escaped me.
But I was introduced to her in The Parent Trap, and like I don't know if you can remember feeling the same way. As a kid, watching The Parent Trap, I almost felt like a sense of pride of like, look at how good this movie is. Look how good these performances are by this young kid. She is killing this dual role. Like, this is like the Oscars of kiddom to me. Lindsay Lohan at the time in the dual roles of The Parent Trap is like best actor, best kid actor of a generation.
I agree. Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah, no, this movie was just, it was everything. It was everything when it came out, and it was just so good to rewatch, and all of the characters were so good. And then you have Lindsay playing two people, which like, Lindsay, are we meant to just play dual roles because I Know Who Killed Me? You're saying she played two people.
Yeah.
Freaky Friday, we're playing two, and Freakier Friday. So yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Parent Trap was 98. When we get to Freaky Friday, it's 2003. I'm like older now, and I'm like, I'm not, So I've seen Freaky Friday, and I honestly intended to rewatch it for this, and then I just didn't have time. So I go into Freakier Friday pretty cold,
Wow.
But I gotta say, I loved this movie so much.
Yes.
I could not believe. Now, I'm going to ask you how you felt about it, but there's a moment towards the middle-ish end of the movie where Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan are in a car, and they're very clearly doing Ferris Bueller's Day Off. The car's like flying over a hill, in California, and it cuts to them, and they're just like screaming in the car. And I swear to you, the thought that came into my head was, is this a 5-star movie? And look, if you're listening to this and you do not know Michelle and I, and you do not know me as well as Michelle does, you would not think that that is the thought that I would be having while watching this movie. But I did.
Oh, I love it so much.
So anyway, how did you feel about the movie?
Well, I rewatched Freaky Friday on Monday, and it was funny, both of us saw this movie at the same time.
Yes.
Yesterday. Within a half hour of each other.
I went at
You
6.
went 6 o'clock, so that's very fine. But the night before, I wanted to refresh my memory. And so I'm really happy that you went in kind of not remembering everything, because this movie, I think, did a really good job of being present for a new audience, but also so much for the older audience who grew up with this movie, because there are so many callbacks and Easter eggs, and it's pretty much copy paste as the original. I had such a good time. I was laughing so much. I was just smiling ear to ear. It was just a good, fun movie. Like, this is the perfect movie that I would want to see during the summer.
Yeah.
Lighthearted, feel good. It was great. I went with my 2 friends, Sam, who's seen the movie, seen Freaky Friday before, but she hasn't seen it in a while. And then our friend Karina, who's never seen the original.
Okay.
So she went in as like a brand new set of eyes, and she was cackling the whole time. So it was very enjoyable to hear her laugh so much.
And we should say, we're saying the original, but
oh, I know, you're right.
The original, of course, original Freaky Friday, 1976, is actually starring Jodie Foster, young kid Jodie Foster. So we're not talking about that one. We're talking about the Lindsay Lohan original one.
Right. I've actually never seen any of the other versions. Yeah.
Got it.
Have you?
I've seen parts of the Jodie Foster one. I don't know that I've ever seen it the whole way through. Yeah, I don't have it logged as watched, so I've seen parts of it, because Disney Channel used to play all these old, all of the old movies that they had.
Right.
all the time.
Like,
So
I've seen the original Parent Trap.
I think I've seen the original Parent Trap all the way through. That's Haley Mills.
Yes. Yes.
So you're just laughing it up in the theater.
I'm laughing it up. I'm enjoying everything I'm being shown.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely adore Jamie Lee Curtis and everything she's doing in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everything she did in the original Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan and Curtis. How can we, I think, can we just say right now, when we refer to the original, we're just referring to the Lohan Curtis 2003 one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't have to always say that to follow.
Correct.
But it just looks like everybody was having so much fun during this movie.
I agree. And one of my notes was how I appreciate that everyone from Lindsay Lohan to Chad Michael Murray to Stephen Tobolowsky, who shows up as the teacher. Everyone who makes a cameo, like just everyone involved, looked like they were totally down to go extremely silly with whatever bit that they had.
Yep.
And that was like really refreshing, that it wasn't just people showing up to be like, hey, remember me? Okay, bye.
Right.
But they were actually like, everyone was participating in the comedy of the film.
Yes.
And I loved it. I appreciated it so much.
Yeah. Did
you cry?
I didn't cry, actually.
I teared up a little bit.
Did you?
Maybe a tear or two. What is the barrier between tearing up and crying?
I think tearing up for me is like watery eyes, but the droplets never reach the cheeks.
Well, then I cried.
Oh, wow.
Because I was going to say, like, at least one tear.
One single little droplet?
Probably two.
Two.
Made their way down.
Wow.
To me, crying is when tears keep coming.
Streaming.
And perhaps you're like...
I think what's sobbing? Is sobbing like hysterical?
We'll have to make a chart and get back to
I was just going to say that. We need a visual aid.
We actually should, you and I, for Movie Friends.
We should.
We should make a reference chart so that when we say, did you cry, did you tear up, did you sob?
We know what each other is saying. Howl?
Well, howling and blubbering, I feel, are towards the more extreme.
I don't know if I've ever howled when crying.
At the end of Cinema Paradiso,
You're howling?
Oh, I howled.
Can you give us a little taste of the howl?
Well, it's hard to recreate. I didn't howl at this one, but it was when Jamie Lee Curtis as Lily is talking about her mom and towards the end, and like how she screwed everything up and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I definitely cried. Anyway, did you get towards the beginning of the movie, before I would say things really kick off properly, did you get Parent Trap vibes? Because we have a British girl and an American girl, and they're so different.
Oh yes, I got that. And I don't know if we were leaning into that. I mean, we have Elaine Hendricks make a cameo from the Parent Trap, Meredith Blake, who love that. So maybe we were doing that. Again, I'm here for it. So give it to me.
I wasn't here for the beginning. Like, we're starting off with Hot to Go. And I was like, this is not a song about mother-daughter relationships. This is an odd. And I was like, oh, we're just going to throw in a bunch of stuff that's kind of popular, and it's going to be references. And something about the first 5-ish minutes, like Jamie Lee Curtis just being like, oh, I'll do the drop off. And then she's like, no, I'll do it. And then she's like, I'm going to do it anyway. I was like, this isn't funny. Like, nothing felt really funny to me.
Yeah, but it felt like the original.
Sure. And like, in retrospect, I'm fine with everything. Like, I think that this is a great movie.
Right.
But starting off, it really felt like the gears were real slow moving, and kind of felt like a boring Disney movie. Like, I don't know how to say it other than that. And then somewhere around when a mime yells food fight, Michelle is silently mouthing right now.
The mime shows up.
Yes.
This is the only time I spoke during the movie to my friends.
Okay.
And I said, why is there a mime? There is a mime in the background. Why is there a mime?
I don't know why there was a mime at this bake sale.
I just rewatched the original, right? So I'm like,
Mhm.
was there a mime in the original? I didn't remember that because I would remember a mime. I have like a thing about
Sure.
mimes where they
Sure.
like really freak me out, but also
Yeah.
could be like super annoying and funny if we lean into the bit, right?
Yes. Yes.
But then I was like doing research this morning about it and I'm like, nothing's coming up about the mime. Am I the only person who's wondering about the mime?
Yeah. It's hilarious.
Oh, it's so funny, but isn't like what's with the mime? I need to understand it.
I think it's just like, hey, and then at this point, someone's going to yell food fight. Wouldn't it be funny if it was a mime? Because then another kid pushes the mime out of the way and actually yells food fight.
But like,
And
what
to
is the
me,
mime
this-
doing in the high school?
I don't know. I don't know. But to me, this felt like a joke that you and I would write.
We're
In fact,
100%.
In the movie that you and I are writing,
Yes.
we had an early idea where your character would be very triggered by mimes.
Yeah.
And we would call it you had a bad memory of a mime. And so in the movie, we would call it your mimery.
My mimery. Yes. And I still very much want to do that.
Yeah.
And we will do that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So anyway, when that happened, I was like, that's funny. And there were some other funny things to happen before that. But I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then as the movie kept going, I was like, oh, it's just so silly.
Right.
And I don't believe that I am necessarily the target audience, but I had a great time. Vanessa Bayer as the
multi-hyphenate fortune teller.
Right, exactly. She was killing me.
She gives me the giggles. Vanessa Bayer is so funny. Naturally, anytime she's just herself when she's acting in a role, legitimately she gives me the belly giggles like Bill Hader gives me the belly giggles.
We get George Wallace as the pickleball announcer, which George Wallace is great stand-up comedian, hilarious guy, just so funny. And it again, back to what we just said, it felt like they let everyone riff, they let everyone be silly, and they let funny people be funny. And then when I got out of the theater, my first thought was, I need to see who wrote this movie. Like, who were the writers on this? Because there are certain movies where you just know it's in the writing, you know?
Totally. Yep.
And I was shocked to find that she's only written like one other movie.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And so I guess she created the TV show Dollface,
which I haven't seen.
I have also not seen. And I'm saying she as I rapidly try to pull up her name.
Jordan Weiss.
And so then I was shocked to find there was only one credited writer on this. Mary Rogers, she's the original writer, so she's credited on every Freaky Friday project, but absolutely blown away. So now for me, I mean, you know, not to diminish Nisha Ganatra's direction, but for me, I'm like, what is Jordan Weiss doing next?
Yep.
And how do I watch that?
Yep.
Okay, so
well, wait.
I don't know how you want to do this.
I want to flip the script here because
go for it.
My original
Let's Freaky Friday.
We're gonna Freaky Friday up in here.
Okay.
I originally was gonna take this episode over and interview you and question you, and you were like, no. So, were there references and callbacks that you remembered? Didn't remember?
Yeah.
Do you have questions?
No, I had one question, but I looked it up before I hopped on.
Okay.
I got pretty much all of it. I remembered all the characters. We see the restaurant owner's from the first one.
Pepe and her
And they're just
mom.
in it, and they're just like they're friends, and that
Mhm.
was nice. And Chad Michael Murray being in love with Jamie Lee Curtis and the Britney Spears thing.
Yes.
I all of that did come back to me. There was one thing at the end though, where Chad Michael Murray is at the wedding
Oh my
with
God.
another woman. And I was like, am I supposed to know who this actress is? And I was confused about that. And then it was just that she's a lookalike for
She's
Jamie
a
Lee.
lookalike of
Yeah.
right. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
So that was the only part where I was like, who is that woman?
Mm-hmm.
And then like October 3rd is their wedding date,
And
which
it's
is
also
Mean Girls.
Day.
Yeah.
Which that
Yes,
was like
yes,
a
yes.
total coincidence. That was not planned.
Right. Which
How could
don't know
it
if I
not
buy
be? You're
it.
telling me Jordan didn't write that in? Come on now.
Also, you know, maybe it's just the production designer who has to make up the thing. You're like,
Sure. That's true.
yeah, it definitely feels like it's on purpose. And so kind of like you and I just talked about Happy Gilmore 2.
Yep.
Which was another movie that I did not plan on watching, that I was also really blown away with how much I enjoyed it. This movie kind of becomes like a retrospective for Lindsay Lohan's career.
Yeah.
And like looking at different, you know, nodding to different movies that she's been in. Like I said, kind of including the Parent Trap thing, like making them from England. You could have just made a character from New York. And, you know, it's like, oh, are we going to live? Which coast are we going to live on?
Right. Especially because the two actors, Manny Jacinto and Sophie Hammonds, they're not British.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
that was definitely a choice to do that.
Yep. And then she's like more posh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Than the other. Like,
yeah.
It was a mini Parent Trap. And then, of course, that the plan is, well, we have to break our parents up, which is the opposite of Parent Trap.
Right.
So it definitely felt like, hey, here's the Lindsay Lohan movie. She's back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's nod to all of the great roles that she's done before.
Yep.
And then, so, you know, we've lived in this culture of legacy sequels and remakes and reboots, and I kind of feel like between this and Happy Gilmore 2, I'm like, oh my God, did they finally figure out how to do them properly?
Yeah, the formula, right?
Yeah,
really
where
worked
we're
for
not
these
like
two.
rolling our eyes, and it turns out the formula is just right funny stuff.
And have everybody legitimately on board to do it.
Yeah. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis, like you said, she is so ridiculous in this. I mean, crawling on the floor in the record thing. I thought that the like getting the geriatric supplies, I thought that was like a little too
much
silly.
for you?
Yeah, but she's going for it.
Yeah. So much so because I was watching an interview with the director, and the part where they wake up the next morning after the switch occurs and they're looking in the mirror and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm so dry. Oh my God, I'm so, hydrated, all this and that." And a lot of the lines that Jamie was splurting out was improvised. Like she kept giving back the script to the writers and be like, "You need to go harder on me. You need to go
Right.
like this needs to be funnier. I'll show you how it's done."
Yeah.
So I thought that was funny. Also, it was interesting to hear Nisha talk about the script and how it would be so confusing if you were to look at it because you have the character's name, but then their real name in parentheses. And so she's directing 8 performances versus 4.
Right.
And then it made me think of our little project that we're writing. And we're writing, what are we writing for? But we're
just about 4.
We're playing 2 different people.
But then the people within the movie have their own personas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So
it's like 6.
It's
yeah. I actually had the same thought. Yeah.
So funny.
I was excited to see Lindsay Lohan able to give a full body silly performance when we get to the record store.
Oh, yeah.
And she's biting her lip. I've seen many people in TVs and movies try to do the biting of the lip thing and they do it silly. I don't know that I've ever seen someone bite their top lip.
Oh,
right in the
so
middle
good.
too. Like Oh man, it was so good.
It
Because
was
her
so
character is more like the put upon character
Right.
until they switch.
Right.
Because she's annoyed by her mom, she's annoyed by the kids, and so she's the one who's like, I have the dress fitting, I have the this and that. So Lohan doesn't get to really do the physical stuff that we know she's capable of doing until later in the movie. But I was I was just dying during
It was
that whole scene.
great.
Yeah.
Great.
And not to keep harping on other crappy movies, but isn't it so refreshing to see a movie that's just physical comedy, jokes,
Yes.
not like CGI assisted stuff
Yes.
and nonsense. It's just funny people being funny.
Funny women being funny.
Yes, yes.
Like the men do not matter in this. Like I am watching for the women here. Written by women, directed by women. Like
true. Manny Jacinto.
no, I love Manny. I'm not dissing him.
He does get funny.
He does,
parts.
and I like his dancing.
Well, I mean, when he does.
Trying to do dirty dancing.
When he does dirty dancing, I was like, that's pretty good. But there's scene when they first are in the principal's office.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. But you're right. It is funny women. Funny women, the movie. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just, I don't know. For me, it was refreshing. And I think that's why, like I said, towards the beginning, I kind of wasn't like, you do get the CGI, like, oh no, we put the wrong chemicals in the thing and the whole thing blew. That was like, and that's kind of what I felt I was in for as we were going forward. But yeah, I thought it was great.
Who would you swap with and what would you do?
I'm definitely swapping with a woman. Okay. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. So yeah, that would probably be like my wife.
Okay.
You know, maybe you.
Okay. It
would be funny to do a Freaky Friday thing with you and me. Yeah. And then we have to do an episode together, or maybe we have to do a live show.
Oh my God, Seth, seriously? Or did we already swap? Because, well, we've talked about this during a live show where we would come out in each other's clothes.
Yeah.
And we would act as I would love to play you so bad so I could wear a beanie and burp. I would just try to burp and just like spew out this like movie knowledge, of course, but not in an insulting way, right? Like
sure.
And you could be like shrill for me and talk about cats and just,
it's so see
really
that you just embodied the female experience, because in no way would I ever, if I had 200 words to describe you, right? Shrill would not even enter into my mind, and yet for you, the first thing you're like, yeah, and to be me, all you need to do is be shrill.
And be like really annoying and talk about cats and stuff.
I would definitely, of course I would want to switch with a woman and see what that's like, you know?
Yeah, maybe I would switch with like a white man who does not have imposter syndrome. Let's see what that's about.
There you go. That you want the confidence of a white man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Or really, honestly, just anyone who doesn't have imposter syndrome.
My thing with switching is like, and I know that it's funny, and I did like the sequence where, they're in the younger bodies, and so they're like, let's just keep eating.
Yeah, that was great.
And they're like, after the next one, I swear. I was like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And as someone who, bending and standing up, on these knees isn't the easiest thing in the world. I would definitely I'd be like, I can do 100 squats.
Yep.
No problem.
Yep. Yeah, I guess so. Because now I'm like really thinking too much about my question. Because even if you're in the body, you still have your mind. So I wonder if you were to enter a person who naturally has confidence, or does that mean you don't have the confidence because it's your soul, right? So,
and there's a funny thing with the surfing in this where I was like, how does muscle memory work?
Right.
Because muscle memory is not in your mind.
Yep.
So I don't think that she would be able to just surf now.
Right.
Anyway,
So maybe I'll go into a dude's head. I guess.
there you go.
Dude's body.
I have to mention just a few things that I thought were hilarious.
Please.
One is when they pull up in the red car and they're flirting with the young guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the dad leans out and he's like, Dr. Coleman? And they speed away and he says, that's my therapist. I was dying.
Were
at
you?
this. Oh my God. I thought that was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
2 is when Chad Michael Murray shows up at the brunch, whatever. And she whispers to him, I guess, like, I'm on my period. I need you to go get me stuff. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay. So then he comes back, and to diffuse the situation, he holds up a giant brown paper bag. And he's like, no, we're not still in love. She's on her period. And everyone at the restaurant who thought that the food was bad is like, oh, okay. And they start pulling their plates back to themselves. And then one of the waitresses says, I'm on mine right now.
Yeah.
And everyone at the table is like, oh, I thought, again, that's a joke that I would want to write.
Totally.
And then June Diane Raphael showing up in this movie. She's one of the other pickleball team players. She also has a small role in Weapons.
Oh, okay.
And so like I like her.
Mm-hmm.
She's a actress, comedian, and also one of the co-hosts of How Did This Get Made?
Mm-hmm.
Very famous, funny movie podcast. And I gotta say, she's my favorite host.
Oh.
On How Did This Get Made? Because, funny men think that they're very funny. And June is always, bringing it back to the movie. And
yep,
she's got great insights. And, Paul and Jason, if you're listening, maybe introduce June into the episodes earlier. And maybe while she's talking, I don't know, let her finish the thought.
What a novel idea.
Anyway, I say as I interrupt you every time you talk.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another.
Are you a fan of Maitreyi?
I don't know who that is.
Ramakrishnan. She played Ella.
Oh, yes.
I love her from Never Have I Ever, from Netflix, that Netflix show.
Yeah, I don't know her. I don't know her from any acting roles aside from this one.
Bummer.
But yeah, Bummer. I thought she was funny as Ella.
She's great.
I guess last shout out to Chloe Fineman as the Australian dance instructor.
Mm-hmm.
When Lindsay Lohan is like, no, I'm not going to tango. And she just says to the other woman, she's like, okay, what else do we have that's sexy? That's not tango. Okay. So anyway, I'm just blown away.
I'm so glad you had a good time. I knew I was going to have a good time because I didn't have expectations, So, yeah, I got a kick out of the principal. She was very funny.
Yeah, she was very funny. Yes.
She was very funny. Also, just the announcements over the loudspeaker, especially, before the bake sale, of saying, like, make sure there's a gluten-free option and a red 40 free option. It's like,
right.
Like really poking fun at where we're at in life. Also, hold space, let them come to their reason for fighting. Also, just in the beginning, Tess has a podcast and she's in her office.
That was funny. Yeah.
It's funny, but also I'm like, oh my gosh, like I hate seeing it. Like I've been podcasting for so long and yet I hate seeing other people podcast on screen.
Well, I was glad that wasn't like
same. I was like, please, let's not lean into this.
So again, imagine me sitting there watching this, and I'm like, oh yeah, we got podcasting jokes. Oh, we got
podcasting jokes.
So I'm like, I know what this movie's going to be.
Totally.
But then I was totally wrong. Totally wrong.
Yeah.
And again, from where we ended, if I rewatch this, which I probably will.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
All that stuff would probably be funnier to me.
Yeah. Right. Because it's not going to last too long.
Yeah. So, Michelle, where can people find you on the internet?
Well, hey, if you're into Pretty Little Liars, you could check out We Are Liars podcast. We come back next month in September. So, yay, season 4 is here. But if you want it early, you could check out our Patreon, tollbaypodcastnetwork.com. Also, if you like movies, you could check out a podcast that I do with a guy named Seth. It's called Movie Friends.
But Michelle is being very modest right now because in addition to a show on Pretty Little Liars, she also has a show on the OC.
Yes, I do.
One Tree Hill.
Yes.
Gossip Girl.
Correct.
Friday Night Lights.
Yep.
And that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
So, hey, if you're listening to this because you're like, hey, you know what? I'm the age of Lindsay Lohan in this movie. I'm 36 and a half, and I like teen movies and teen dramas.
Yep.
Go check out Total Betty Podcast Network because I'm sure you watched and enjoyed or maybe hate watched any one of those shows. And so there's tons. I mean, you did all of those shows episode by episode, right?
Yeah. We have a full catalog. Like
That is crazy.
One Tree Hill completed, that's 9 seasons. All of Gossip
That's
Girl, all of the
crazy.
OC, all of Friday Night Lights, making our way through PLL.
Yeah.
Am I forgetting any of my children? I don't think so.
I kind of was like,
it's hard to keep track of my children.
But hey, you know what? If you're listening to this and you thought Michelle was funny, go check out those shows. There's tons and tons and tons of episodes for you to get into.
Thanks, Seth.
Yeah.
So weird. I hate talking about myself.
That's okay.
No,
we'll Freaky Friday.
Exactly.
And then we'll talk about ourselves as each other.
Right.
We'll talk about each other.
Yes, we'll talk about. Yeah, you said it.
Yeah. And as you described us, I'll burp and you'll be shrill.
That's right.
Yep. Hey, thank you very much for listening to this wherever you are. We would love it if you give us a rating and a review. Hey, if you're on Spotify, you can leave us a comment right in the episode.
What emoji should they leave us for this episode?
The dancing women, the 2 dancing women.
Yeah, or like the red car.
Red car.
Guitar. Leave us the guitar.
A guitar. Is there a pickleball emoji?
I don't know. Pickleball is pretty popular now, isn't it?
You would think you and I would play pickleball with as much as we like.
You would
pickles.
think.
Yeah.
But no, I'll just eat it. Eat them, pickles.
That's the real pickleball.
Exactly.
You're the belle of the pickleball.
The next Pickles Giving I should host should be a ball.
Yeah.
And you come in your dressed pickle wear, and we'll call it the pickleball.
Yeah, the pickleball.
I have to write that down. That's really good. Okay. Wait, I have one more question. I meant see, if I was hosting this episode, I had a whole outline.
Sorry.
And I actually was going to start off with, if we could, I guess we'll just end it this way, a trailer before we get to our feature. And my trailer question for you is, can you please explain to me Tron?
Oh my Oh, so I take it you sat through the trailer for Tron Ares?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the original Tron was about a video game programmer who goes into the video game.
Okay.
Starred Jeff Bridges. And at the time, it was very cutting edge technology. And for sci-fi and for film, it's just very iconic imagery of like the helmets that they would wear, the suits that they wore, how they animated motion and action in it. It's not necessarily like a great movie, but it is a movie that's like a leap forward.
Got it.
I should say. And then a few years back, they made 2 more Tron movies, I want to say. But this was like, obviously way quote unquote better CGI. And Daft Punk did the soundtrack for it.
Yes, I remember that.
And then in this one, 9 Inch Nails are doing the soundtrack for it. So that's kind of a big draw for people. I'm not into the new Tron movies, and I'm really not into Jared Leto. So,
no?
No, God,
Okay.
no. Jared
Yeah.
Leto is half and half. Like, he's got some really great roles. He's got some horrible roles. But then him as a person, I just can't get over.
Sure. Okay.
So,
Yeah, my one note from the theater last night was have Seth explain Tron to me.
okay.
Because I was like, what is this Jared Leto and Jeff Bridges, which I'm now learning he was in the original. So,
Yep.
okay. All right. And I was like, oh, this is a ride at Disney. So
There you go.
I would go on the ride, but I'm not watching the movie.
All right.
Okay, so you can end the show now. Sorry.
Hey, you can also send us an email, moviefriendspodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you thought about Freakier Friday, Freaky Friday, Mean Girls, Jamie Lee Curtis's look in this movie. Would you do the lip plumper, Tron Ares, whatever? Just send us an email. You can also support the show, patreon.com/moviefriendspodcast. And you know what? I'm glad that I saw this movie. Was not going to see it. Never would have seen it. I went to see it because you wanted to do an episode, and I'm so glad that I did.
I'm
It was
so
a
glad
great time.
you went and saw it, or else this would have been a solo me talking to our listeners. The top
And
10
what is
things.
Tron Ares?
Oh my gosh. A solo episode.
Yep. All right. Well, hey, thanks, Michelle.
Thank you, Seth.
Hey, thank you very much for listening. And until next time, have a good one.
Movie Friends is produced by Seth Vargas and Michelle Rubenstein. Theme music by Jean Marie Vargas. Visit us at our website, moviefriendspodcast.com, and please subscribe and rate our show wherever you are listening. You can support Movie Friends at patreon.com/moviefriendspodcast. Thanks for listening.